All right, building your first n8n form in under 8 minutes. Let's go. Over the next 13 episodes, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to build your own AI research assistant. Today, you build the front door, basically a working form that accepts a research topic and your name. By minute 7, you'll have a live URL that you can send to anyone for submissions. So let's go. This is episode 1, so I'm assuming no prior knowledge. The research assistant needs an entry point. That's this form. n8n is an automation software that you can host yourself. Think about Zapier. It's like that, but you've got a lot more control over it. Now, I'm even using the free self-hosted version to show you what's possible, although there is a subscription version that you can do all of this from also, and may even be easier for setting things up. With that said, when it comes to setting up n8n, I'm not covering that in this video. There are a bunch of links that are in the intro video in this series playlist. If you check that out, check that description, it's going to tell you everything that you need to have ready to make it through these different videos. So with that, we're going back to the form trigger. That's going to create a public form. You're going to add 2 fields, research topic and researcher name. When somebody submits it, n8n is going to capture the data, pass it downstream to the AI nodes that we're going to build later in the episodes. But first, the door. Then later, we'll build the rooms behind it. When you first get into n8n, you'll see the interface. Start with creating a new workflow. I've already got one started, so I'm just going to go ahead and click into it. And you see we've got the blank canvas here. On the right-hand side, you'll see this little plus icon. That is the node library. So this is where we're going to actually get our nodes from. On the left-hand side here, you can get back to that home screen from overview or personal. Up top, this is where you can give your workflows a name. I'll name this research assistant, and this canvas is where the nodes are going to live. So nodes are basically just boxes that do one thing. Lines connect them, data flows from left to right. That's the entire interface. This blank canvas is where every automation starts. You're about to add your first node now. Go ahead and click on add first step, that little plus icon, and you're going to see this node window pop out here. And we're looking for a form. Any workflow typically is going to start with a trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and type in form. All right, if I can spell form, there we go. We got n8n form there. I'm going to go ahead and give that a click. You see it's under the triggers category on a new n8n form event. I'm going to go ahead and select that, and you are now 10% of the way through this workflow. So we'll go ahead and start configuring this form trigger here. Top left, you can rename any of these nodes. In this case, I'm gonna update this to research submission form. And that's also gonna be the title that I'm gonna use for my form. Now here in this middle area here, their authentication, we can leave that to none. Form title is gonna be research submission form. You can add a description if you want to for a form. That's fine. We don't need to put anything there today. Under form elements, you're going to see this button to add form element. You're going to give that a click, and this is where we're actually going to build our field. So here with the label, we're going to start with research topic. The element type is a text input because our user is going to input text here. And now what we want to do is make this a required field. So we're going to add an attribute. I'm going to click add attributes. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose required field and toggle that switch on. And then we have one more element here, and this is going to be researcher name. And we're also going to add an attribute here, required field, toggle that on. Respond when form is submitted. We're good. We've got 2 fields here ready to go. Now, if you'll notice way up at the top, we've got from URLs. We've got test URL. This right here, not your permanent link. It only works while your editor is open, so while we're going through the testing. Production URL, on the other hand, this is your always on link. You share this one with anybody after you activate the workflow. That's an important part. Once it's activated, that production URL is what you use. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this panel. And now you're halfway done with this first video. So pat yourself on the back. This is the foundation. This form is the foundation for 12 more episodes. Every research request starts here. The AI nodes, the summarization, the citations, they all wait downstream for this data. Right now it's dormant, but I'm going to show you how to make it live. So to activate this workflow, it's a 3-step process. Step 1, have your form ready. Step 2, click publish. You'll see this publish workflow pop up. We're going to go ahead and click that red button. Now it's ready to go. You'll see the green dot appear. The workflow is ready. I'm going to double click to open that form back up. I'm going to select production URL. And if I click on that URL, you'll see that it has been copied to my clipboard. And now we're going to go ahead and give this a test. I'm going to come into the browser, paste that form in, seeing it open up. I'm going to go ahead and put AI in healthcare as the topic. And the researcher name, Can Jones, and click submit, and you'll see form submitted. Your response has been recorded, and if we look back into our workflow, it doesn't look like much has happened here, but if we head up to the top of this screen, you'll see this editor, executions and evaluations. We'll click on executions, and you'll see that we have had a success. And if I double click on this editor in the execution tab, I can see research topic, AI in healthcare, researcher name, Can Jones, and it also has the submitted time and the form mode, which we can see production when we're using the test form. That is going to populate with tests. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and X out of that window, get back to the editor. The form works. The door is open. Now, before we move forward, we're actually going to deactivate this. We're going to work in test mode, which is going to be good to see the visual progress as we build. It'll make sense in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and click this drop down up top, unpublish, unpublish. And now you have the start of an n8n workflow, a public form URL, proof that it captures data. And when you're ready to share, you just activate that workflow, send the production URL to anyone. They submit a research topic, n8n logs it. That's the research assistant's entry point. Milestone 1, done. You didn't write code. You configured 2 fields and then activated the workflow. So in episode 2, you're going to add one more node. It's going to be a set node, and you're going to watch your form data get labeled and cleaned up before it flows to the AI. Don't skip it. This series compounds through as we build our research assistant. See you in episode 2.